Before the first coin ever finds its way into your pocket, before a single dollar appears in your bank account, your aura has already made the decision for you, whether you will live your life in abundance or spend it in scarcity. And here's the shocking truth most people never stop to consider. Their aura is already screaming their financial destiny out loud. For some, that aura radiates, "I am worthy, I am ready, I am rich." For most, however, it whispers, or worse, shouts, "I am broke, I am uncertain, I am undeserving." The tragedy? They don't even know they are broadcasting that signal every waking moment of their lives. Your aura is not some mystical fairy tale. It is the invisible field of energy surrounding, created and colored by the frequency of your thoughts, the intensity of your emotions, and the depth of your beliefs. Napoleon Hill understood this in a way most never will. He wasn't merely writing about abstract positive thinking. He was describing the mechanics of energy, the way your subconscious mind becomes a transmitter, sending signals into the ether, pulling into your life the conditions, people, and opportunities that match the signal you send. Wealth, therefore, never starts with money. It starts in your energy, in those invisible vibrations you project every single day into the world around you. Think of your aura as the ultimate magnet. Every repeated thought is a calibration. Every emotion you dwell in, whether joy or fear, confidence or doubt, programs the strength and polarity of that magnet. Fill it with anxiety, desperation, and limitation, and you will watch as people, situations, and opportunities that could have lifted you up simply pass you by. Fill it with assurance, gratitude, and the unshakable belief that wealth belongs in your life. And suddenly, you will begin to notice the way doors open, strangers offer help, and resources seem to appear out of nowhere. There was once a man whose name I will leave unspoken because it could be any of us. He lived in conditions you might call hopeless, sleeping in a room barely larger than a closet, his wallet thin, his prospects thinner. Yet every morning, he dressed as though he had a meeting with destiny. His shoes shined, his head held high, his words chosen with the precision of someone who knew each syllable was a seed. He spoke of his ventures not as wishes, but as inevitabilities. Within 2 years, this man, once invisible in the crowd, was being invited to boardrooms, signing deals, and entertaining investors who swore they had just happened to meet him. They had not just happened upon him. His aura had shifted, and the moment it did, his reality followed. Napoleon Hill would call this the law of attraction in action, but he went deeper. He spoke of definite purpose and fate. He taught that when the mind fixates on a clear aim and fuels it with belief, that intention begins to vibrate outward, attracting circumstances to fulfill itself. And here's the science behind it. Your brain contains a filter, the reticular activating system, designed to notice and prioritize information that matches your dominant thoughts. Train your aura to broadcast wealth, and your mind becomes a wealth detection machine, spotting possibilities that others walk past without a glance. If you believe you were born for more than bills and survival, if you feel a quiet rebellion rising in you against the idea that life is just about getting by, then right now, as you hear these words, plant the first seed. Like this message, leave a piece of your own wisdom in the comments and subscribe to the Power Zone, because what you're about to learn will not just inform you, it will rewire you. Understand this, you are always training your aura, whether you mean to or not. Every complaint, every negative conversation, every "I can't afford it" you speak out loud is a training session, one that makes your aura weaker, one that teaches it to repel wealth. But every moment you replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" you are giving your aura a workout. Every time you swap "this is too hard" with "this is worth it," you are sharpening the magnetic field that pulls opportunities toward you. Napoleon Hill's research spanned decades, interviewing the wealthiest and most influential people of his time. He found that none of them spoke the language of limitation, even in private. Even when facing setbacks, they guarded their words because they knew each phrase was a vibration, each vibration a broadcast, and each broadcast a summons to the universe. So here is your first practical step. Perform a 24-hour audit of your words. Listen to yourself with the detachment of a scientist. Count how many times you speak of lack, how many times you predict failure before even trying. By the end of the day, you will know exactly why your aura is pulling in the life you have now and why it is not yet pulling in the life you want. This is where most people stop. They think changing their words is enough, but the truth, and Hill knew this, is that thoughts and words are powerless unless they are charged with emotion. It is emotion that lights up the broadcast, that carries your signal farther and stronger. And this is why visualization alone doesn't work for most people. They imagine their wealthy life, but they feel nothing. They see it in their mind, but they do not step inside that vision. They do not taste the air, hear the sounds, or feel the texture of that reality. And so, their aura remains unchanged. From this day forward, your visualization must become immersive. 5 minutes every morning. Close your eyes and do not just watch your wealthy life. Live it. Walk through it. Feel the weight of the pen as you sign the deal. Smell the leather interior of the car you've earned. Hear the applause, the congratulations, the quiet voice inside you saying, "I told you so." Your aura cannot tell the difference between a vividly lived imagination and reality. It simply vibrates at the frequency you give it. And once it begins vibrating at that frequency consistently, the world will have no choice but to respond in kind. But here is the shadow side, the part most motivational talks leave out. There is an enemy working against your aura every single day: fear. Napoleon Hill called them the 6 ghosts of fear. Fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears are like static interference in your broadcast, distorting your signal, weakening it, sometimes erasing it entirely. You can train your aura for wealth in the morning, and by evening, sabotage it with hours of worry, gossip, and self-doubt. So as we move forward in this journey, you must learn not only how to build a wealthy aura, but how to defend it. And in part 2, we will go deeper into the rituals, the environment, and the mindset shifts that will not only strengthen your aura, but make it unshakable. So wealth has no choice but to find you, follow you, and stay with you.